Hello. So this is the part 2 of the April month of 2024. So we are now doing from science and technology part. Okay, in first news in science and technology is about Megyan. So what is this Megyan 24 2024? Megyan 24, it is an seminar which was held on World Meteorological Day. When is the World Meteorological Day? It is on 23rd March. So who has organized this? Just remember SNOM or SONM, SONM, and which is expands for School of Naval Oceanology and Meteorology and Indian Naval Meteorological Analysis Center. And why is this important? Because it has released an app called as Indra applications, INDRA. So what does this Indra stands for? It stands for Indian Naval Dynamic Resource for Weather Analysis. So this app is designed to disseminate the information related to weather and forecast. So we have many apps that disseminate the information of weather, right? But is this important? Because this decimates the information not for the general citizens but for the armed forces, so that they can make the decision quickly during the naval operations. Who has designed this? BISAG, Bhaskaracharya Institute. Just remember that one is sufficient. Next we have is Sara. SARAH. Sara is a new artificial intelligence chatbot that has been designed by a World Health Organization. So what does this do? So it is working for WHO, definitely some stuff related to health. So it is an generative AI that has empathetic response and is 24/7 available, and it also can converse in 8 different languages on various health topic across devices. Next news we have is India eliminates Azar. So first things to know is like what is this Kala Azar? So it is a protozoan parasite transmitted disease through sandflies, and was prevalent especially in the areas of Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, and Uttar Pradesh. And this uh, India eliminating Kala Azar has been given by WHO, World Health Organization. And which type of Kala Azar have we eliminated? We have eliminated visceral leishmaniasis, which is also called as Kala Azar. Initially, it was to be eliminated at 2010, but now we just keep on pushing the targets and the targets move ahead. So now the target is, now it was till 2023, and now we have achieved it. Then we have hydrogel. Recently a hydrogel was innovated, we can say. This hydrogel, mainly what it does, it's remove the microplastics from the water. So when it removes the microplastics from water, so it can have wide range of applications in the environment field. So only thing that you have to remember, who has designed this has been designed by IISC. Then we have Men5 CV. So what is this Men5 CV? Men5CV is a vaccine that has been developed by Nigeria. Nigeria has become the first country in the world to roll out a new vaccine which is called as Men5C, and it has also been recommended by the World Health Organization that protect against the 5 strains of meningococcal bacteria. So based on this, we think, is the meningitis a bacterial disease? Yes and no, both. It is not only a bacterial disease but also viral disease, and can also be caused by many. It can also be caused by certain medicines or illness. So how does this translate? Means transmit. This transmits to contact, like touching, sneezing, coughing, and so what does this meningitis basically is? It is a disease which is associated with the skull region or the inflammation of the brain, we can say that. So like it generally leads to severe headaches and stiff neck, sensitivity, skin rashes, etc. Such things are well. So now what is the important stuff here is Nigeria is the first country to make the medicine, and this has been produced by the Serum Institute of India at the mass level. It has also names like Men5CV, and it is branded as Men5. It has five vaccines to 5 strains. Then we have advanced composite solar sail system. NASA has successfully launched its advanced composite solar sail system from New Zealand recently. So what is this? This is nothing but a solar kind of new type of propulsion system, especially for their satellites and all. So we have to know about the term which is called as solar sailing. What is solar sailing? We can know na solar means something associated with the space and sun, and sailing means traveling in the space. So this uses the photons that are generated from the sunlight for travel. So solar sailing is propulsion method that harnesses the momentum of photons from the sunlight to propel the spacecraft through space. So photon momentum is nothing, you know na, like light has a dual nature. One is that it is through, it is a wave form, and another form is a photon form where the photon comes and strikes on this solar sail, and this just keeps on sailing in the space. That's it. Recently, critical mineral summit was also held. Where was this held? Critical mineral summit was held in New Delhi. And is this the important one? No, the important thing here is we have to know what are critical minerals. Critical minerals are those minerals that are important to develop modern technologies. So this can help in increasing the economy of the country, national security, and the supply chain that can be if the supply chain is getting also disrupted, and then such minerals are called as critical minerals. Remember, na, in COVID, certain minerals that were refused by China to give us and our production had stopped. For example, silicon, the cars had become so suddenly expensive, the laptop price went high because China and Taiwan, who are the major silicon producers, they were holding on those. So those can be critical minerals. So India classifies how many critical minerals. India has around 30 critical minerals, which includes elements like lithium, cobalt, copper, granite, and the rare earth elements. Now let's start with defense. Agni Prime. India test fires Agni Prime ballistic missile from Abdul Kalam Island in Odisha, and it is a two-staged canister missile with a range of 1000 to 2000 kilometer. First thing you have to remember here is it is a ballistic missile. What is ballistic missile? Ballistic missile generally means it is generally going out of the atmosphere then coming into the atmosphere, and it has a very limited fuel capacity, because after it enters the atmosphere back to into, then it is mainly flowing with the gravity. Then from where it has been tested, Abdul Kalam Island of Odisha, and what is its range? Its range is 1000 to 2000 kilometers. Okay, next news is space submersible platform for acoustics characterization and evaluation. So what is this? This is an underwater research facility which is in Idukki, Kerala. So what does this underwater facility does? This is mainly used in testing of the sonar systems that are used by the Indian Navy's ships, submarines, and helicopters. So space is basically a new underwater acoustic research center, you can say. So who has this? Who has established this one? Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratories of DRDO. So generally used for testing of sonars. We have BrahMos also in news. Recently India's BrahMos missile cruise were delivered to Philippines. So Philippines is now going to get the cruise missile, that is BrahMos, for from India. What is the need for cruise missiles? In 1990, India recognized the strategic importance of cruise missile in the Gulf War. Okay. After that, collaboration with Russia. In 1998, an intergovernmental agreement was signed between Russia's Moscow in Russia between Dr. Abdul Kalam and N.V. Mikhailov led to the formation of BrahMos Aerospace, and it is also named based on the two rivers, that is Brahmaputra and Moskova, basically a joint venture between DRDO and NPO. So Indian side has a share of 50%, 50.5% to be much more specific, than the Russians hold 49.5%, and the rest is, I think you might be knowing the features like what is its top speed, it is 2.8 Mach, and what is its range, it is 400 kilometer, and it is cruise missile, means its flight is totally controlled, whereas in ballistic it is not controlled. Then we have Crystal Maze 2. India successfully tested the new air-launched medium-range ballistic missile known as ROX or Crystal 2. So this is a new medium-range ballistic missile. It is Crystal Maze 2, or also called as ROX. It originated from Israel and underwent testing from Sukhoi in Andaman Nicobar, capable of hitting targets at a distance of 250 km, making it a medium-range ballistic missile. So this is basically an air missile, means it is striken. It means it is put on an aircraft, then it is asked to strike. What is the range of this? It is 250 kilometer. From whom did we take this technology? We took this technology from Israel. So Crystal Maze or a ROX is a medium range ballistic missile. Then let's go to the history, art and culture part. So Surya Tilaka project. So you might have heard this thing in news. Indian Institute of Astrophysics played the main role in Surya Tilaka project at Ayodhya, aiming the sunlight on the forehead of Sri Ram Lalla during the Ram Navami. So when was this phenomena executed? This phenomena was executed in April 17th, 2024 on Ram Navami. The implementation of the system was done by CSIR with the device using optics in Bangalore. So one basic thing that you have to know is when was this executed. It was executed on 17th April 2024, and who has the major hand in executing this? Indian Institute of Astrophysics and CSIR. CSIR special CSIR special is Central Building Research Institute. They had used some optics from Bangalore. Okay. Indian Historical Records Commission. It has adopted a new logo and a motto. A competition was actually held to with the people. Many people submitted there, and they got the results, and they have selected this one as the new logo and motto. What does the logo represent? So we can see the lotus petals, which symbolize a resilient institution of the historical records. Then we have the Saranath pillar, which represent the India's glorious past. Then we also hold this theme. If you can see the logo here, it is in brown, which represent the historical records being preserved. And what is the motto? Its motto is where history is preserved for the future. Now we have to know some about the basic things about the Indian Historical Records Commission. When was it formed? It was formed in the year 1919. The National Archives of India, New Delhi, serves as a secretariat for it, and it is headed by Ministry of Culture. That is quite obvious. Now let's move to some international news. So NATO is quite in news because two new nations were added. I think Finland and Sweden were added, and it is also in news because it completes 75 years. So when was this established? This was established in the year 1949. It is basically a political and military alliance of countries. And where is its headquarters? Its headquarters is in Belgium, Brussels. And you have to also know two important terms which they can ask, like this is related to this is related to. One is the shape and another one is the saclant. Space shape stands for Supreme Headquarters Allied Powers Europe, which is in Mons, Belgium, and SACLANT stands for Supreme Headquarters Allied Powers of Atlantic, which is also in Mons, Belgium. So, which are the latest members if you want to know? Remember, it's called MMFS. MMFS. Montenegro in 2017, North Macedonia in 2020, Finland in 2023, Sweden recently in 2024. Then we have WTO Peace Clause. India has evoked the peace clause at the WTO for the fifth consecutive time due to breaching the prescribed subsidy limit of rice offered to its farmer. The value of Indian production rice in 2022-2023 was 52.8 billion, and it has a subsidy of around 6.39 billion, and it has breached because maximum subsidy allow is only 10% of the support ceiling. That is, if our production is 52.8 billion, so maximum 5.2 billion subsidy can be given, but the government of India has given 6 billion subsidies. So this clause, WTO peace clause has been invoked by Indian government. What does this peace clause basically tells? This peace clause basically was agreed in 2013 at Bali summit of WTO. It ensures or it provides immunity to the developing countries of breaching the ceiling limit, especially in case of wheat and rice. Is it permanently? No. Discussions are going on with respect to subsidies. So until and unless the solution is found out, WTO peace clause can be, and India is the country which has used this maximum time. But India also defended this by saying that they are providing subsidies not to distort the global market by dumping in any other countries, but it is because of their own domestic food security needs that the subsidies have been given. So just to know, peace clause sometimes in news is related to it is given, the answer will be WTO. United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues. Okay, 23rd session of this was recently held in New York, United States. So what is this? Just to know basic about this body. United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues was created in 2000 as an advisory body to UN ECOSOC, and as the name suggests, it focuses on indigenous issues related to development, culture, environment, education, health, and human rights. Then we have Artemis Accords. So who is heading this? Basically NASA is doing this. So why is this in news? This is mainly in news because Sweden is the newest nation to sign the NASA's Artemis Accord for peaceful and responsible space exploration. So Sweden has also joined NATO, and Sweden has also joined NASA's Artemis Accord. So what is this Artemis Accord? These are basically non-binding principles for civil space exploration and use. It mainly aims to ensure the safety and predictability in the outer space activity, means to keep each other members informed about the space activity so that no accident or any harm happens in the space. Who are the major leaders in this? NASA and US Department of Space. And how many founding members are there? 8. Is India a member of this? Yes, India had signed this in April 2024, and currently there are 38 members. ASEAN Future Forum. India's external minister participated in the first ASEAN Future Forum. As this is the first ASEAN Future Forum, this becomes a little bit more important. Now, what is the purpose of this ASEAN Future Forum? Acts as a platform for ASEAN and its partners to exchange innovative ideas and propose policy recommendations. And the theme proposed by Vietnam is towards faster and sustainable growth of a people centered ASEAN community, and it has been inaugurated in Hanoi, Vietnam. So basically, ASEAN Future Forum mainly deals with, like, ASEAN generally is associated with trade. So when the trade is going now, like now they want to extend basically their scope, so they are now focusing on exchanging of ideas so that they can trigger innovations in their local communities. So just to know about the basic things about the ASEAN, it was established in the year 1967, and it is called as Bangkok Declaration. And to remember the country, just remember the code IPL TV Cricket MBBS, where B stands for Burma. Then Scotch Scotch ESG Awards of 2024 are REC, a Maharatna of CPSE under the Ministry of Power, has got this Scotch ESG Awards in renewable energy financing. Just know that much is sufficient. Peter Higgs. Peter Higgs has passed away. Peter Higgs is in news because he is a person who had discovered the existence of the Higgs boson particle, and he has also the other achievements like the concept of Higgs field, perimetering space, and giving the mass of the subatomic particles was done by him. So he's also in news. Just know that Peter Higgs is well known for its Higgs boson particles. Global Hepatitis Report 2024. Who has released this? Of course, World Health Organization will release it. What does the important highlights with respect to India? India has a significant burden of viral hepatitis and has an established approximate of 2.9 crore people living with the hepatitis B. So what is this hepatitis? It is basically the inflammation of the liver, and there are various types like A, B, C, D, E, and it is it is caused by contaminated food or water. Let me also drink water a bit. Now let's continue. We have types of hepatitis A, B, C, D, E. So A and E are here highlighted in red color. Why is that? This is mainly because their source of virus infection is also in fecal mode, and they are both are non-chronic, means they do not stay for much long time. And B, C, D, these are chronic infections, so this has been highlighted with green color, and their mode of transmission is mainly through body fluids. The most peculiar thing about here is only C, hepatitis C has no immunization, while other have the immunization. This immunization can be done. If you have read the Indradhanush program, there we also have hepatitis B vaccination is given for that. Then we have World Cyber Crime Index. World Cyber Crime Index has been released by University of Oxford and UNSW Canberra. Canberra is the capital of Australia. So University of Australia and UK both have to release the World Cybercrime Index, and we have to know what's the rank of India. India has been ranked 10th in cybercrime, and mainly with respect to advanced fee payments being the most common type of cybercrimes. And which is the top country in cybercrime? The toppers are Russia followed by Ukraine, both being best friends. Okay, that was a joke. Now let's see Global Financial Stability Report. Um, it is easy. IMF releases this report. It is a global financial stability report. You can know from the name now who is concerned with the stability of the countries. It is IMF. So it is going to release the report. So what are the highlights of this report? It says that persistent high inflation. Of course, inflation is high. Rising lending in unregulated credit market. You might have also observed this. There is more, you get more phone calls like asking you to take loans from this app, that app, means the unregulated credit market is growing at an unprecedented pace. Then Indian foreign capital ranked the second largest recipient after US in 2023, signaling investors confidence. Means that after United States of America, most of the people are interested to invest in India because of its stability. And there is another also important report by IMF which is called as World Economic Outlook. After that, let us know about some basic things about IMF. IMF was established in the year 1945 at the Bretton Woods Conference, and its headquarters is in Washington DC, USA. SIPRI report on military expenditure. SIPRI here stands for Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Report on military expenditure, and India is the fourth largest military spender globally 2020 in 2023. Who were the first three? It, first is US, second is China, third is Russia, fourth is India. And this SIPRI is an what we can call it, was established in the year 1966, and it focuses on research related to conflicts, armaments, arm control and disarmament, and it is based in Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden. Next we have Laureus Awards 2023. So what is this related to? It is the World Sports Award which took place in Paris. So let's know about basic winners. Novak's achievement. Novak is named as a sportsman of the year for record equaling 5 times, and he has got this 5 times means he has got the award of sportsman of the year continuously for 5 times, and this was the highest which he has equalized. If we get this award again, he will be the number one. And he has also accomplished the matches of Federer tally. Okay, then we have Aitana Bonmati's double win. Aitana Bonmati's double win. She is the first footballer to win the Sportswoman of the Year award, and Spain's Women World Cup victory has also been recognized. Spain's national women team La Roja earned the World Team of the Year award for winning the Women World Cup for the first time in the history. Jude Bellingham's breakthrough was awarded the World Breakthrough of the Year for her impressive performance in Real Madrid. Then we have Candidate Chess Tournament 2024. T. Gukesh, a 17-year-old grandmaster from India, made history by winning the Candidates Chess Tournament in Toronto. So, where was the Candidate Chess Tournament held? It was held in Toronto, and he was the youngest ever challenger to the World Chess, showcasing his brilliant talent. Okay, and it is also serving as a World Championship event before the World Championship match. Since it is like before World Cup, we are having Asia Cup. Nah, similarly, the candidate chess tournament is like a preparatory, we can say, to the World Cups. Then we have another important report, State of Climate in Asia report. It is given by World Meteorological Organization, published to the is giving the State of Climate Report of Asia 2023. There are stats available here, but it is not important from the perspective of prelims. We will learn that later. Global Report on Food Crisis 2024. Global Report on Food Crisis 2024 has been released. Who has released this? Not FSO, but it is by Food Security Information Network, means FSIN. FSIN, it has released the Global Report on Food Crisis, and it involves various entities like United Nations Agency, European Union, United States Agency, USAID, and other NGOs. Its objective is to address and mitigate the food crisis globally and provide valuable insights and data for policymakers and stakeholders. Sorry. Now, other news is with relate to patenting trends in India. NASSCOM recently released Patenting Trends in India report on World Intellectual Property Day. So some basic observations we should be knowing. The share of patents filed by Indian residents have doubled from 33% in 2019 to 50% in 2023. And which is the sector where the maximum patents are being it is healthcare sector. We are seeing the maximum patent applications, particularly in medical imaging, medical imaging diagnosis and testing. And we have Indian space situation assessment report, which has been released by ISRO. This basically mainly gives the information related to debris moving in the space so that to avoid collisions and all. And another one institute has also a role in it, which is triple IT, that is Indraprastha Institute of Technology of Delhi, has also played a crucial role in developing this space situational awareness with ISRO. Then we have this is the Mahiti for means, which is not important for the prelims aspects. First, let us look into it. Did we miss anything? Or have you marked anything before? No, we have marked nothing here. Yeah, we have marked one article here. Voting process in India means we have to just read some of the facts. Here, early elections. When were the first elections had? it was held in the year 1952. When was the second election held? It was held in the year 1957. When were the ballot papers introduced? It was introduced on the first election. No, ballot papers were started from third elections. And EVM, where was the EVMs first used? EVMs were first used in Kerala, and the constituency is Paravur, Paravur, Paravur. And nationwide adoption was in which election the entire nation adopted EVM? It was in the year 2004, and in the year 2019 EVMs were equipped with VVPAT, voter verifiable paper audit trail in all constituencies, providing a paper trail or paper proof for each vote cast. Then are there anything that we have marked is important? Let's see. No, we just arrived at news and shorts. So let us finish this. This will also be finished very quickly. Rohan Bopanna and Matthew Ebden defeated Ivan Torji and Austin in ATP Master Tennis Tournament final in Miami, USA. So in Miami, USA, men double, who are the winner? We have to know it is Rohan Bopanna and Matthew Ebden. EVI, the world's first conversational AI with emotional intelligence from Hume. EVI here stands for Empathetic Voice Interface. So Hume is a company which has created an AI that has an emotional intelligence. So basically, what is emotional intelligence? It is basically using the emotions to surf through the situation is the emotional intelligence, which you will study in ethics of in mains. So then you have to know Karnataka has witnessed 618 deaths in human animal conflict, and major conflict is with respect to elephants are the major cause of it. International Energy Agency published its Clean Energy Transition Program annual report for 2023. Means Clean Energy Transition Report. Who publishes? International Energy Agency. Clean Energy, International Energy. Remember like this. And IEA, to know about basics about international energy, it was founded in the year 1974, and because of the post-oil crisis, it's an autonomous intergovernmental organization focusing on shaping a secure, sustainable global energy future. Then we have CCAMP, Center for Cellular and Molecular Platforms in Bengaluru, has developed a new platform called as OptiDrop. It is an innovative microfluid chip-based platform that simplifies and reduces the cost of studying simple cells. So basically, OptiDrop, what does this platform do? This platform mainly helps to study the cells. Just know about that much for prelims, that is sufficient. Then we have Punnett squares. Punnett. Punnett squares are a way to predict the possible genetic outcome of an offspring when two individuals with two genotypes are crossed. So basically, two they have created some experiments like Gregor George Mendel that he did with the pea plant. So they have created Punnett squares which are used mainly to gauge the offspring types. Then we have Kodaikanal Solar Observatory is celebrating 125 years of studying sun. It was established in the year 1899 by the British and is one of the longest continue has the one of the longest continuous daily records of the sun in the world. Then you have to know about CERN. It has launched a White Rabbit collaboration focusing on open source technology for precise device synchronization initially designed for accelerators. So basically, accelerators now, the electron accelerators, where they make sure the electrons run at a higher speed, so they get into fusion stage. So this requires high level of technology. So they have a collaboration. CERN has a collaboration which is called the White Rabbit collaboration, and they want to make these technologies as open source so that other can also learn from this. Other thing that is in news is Dr. Sankara Rao, a visiting professor at IISc, has launched Indian Floral Online. As the name suggests, what does this do? This collects the database of all the flowers, not only of the India but also of the neighboring countries. Karnataka High Court becomes the first High Court to hear arguments of a speech and hearing impaired advocate through a sign language. The bench presided over by Justice M. Nagaprasanna recorded submissions made by advocate Sara Sunny, who argued before the court in October 2023 to a certified sign language interpreter. Means they can ask the question like who was the judge who heard or presided a sign language conversation, who prepared a sign language argument. This is M. Naga Prasanna, and which High Court heard it? It is the High Court of Karnataka. And advocate name is not that important, just to know about the Sarasani case, something like that. Then we have Mamta G. Sagar, a Bangalore-based Kannada poet, writer, academic, and activist, has recently won the World Literary Prize from World Organization of Writers, which is also called WOW, for contributions to the world of literature. So, Mamta Sagarji from Bangalore, she has won the World Literary Prize for her contribution in literature. We can call it a WOW prize. Karnataka hospital demonstrated successful drone transport of soft tissues to a medical college for cancer testing, saving times for surgeon. The drone flew from Pai Rotary Hospital to Kasturba Medical College, covering 37 kilometers in 15 minutes. These samples were swiftly tested at the KMC and prompt surgical decisions were made. Means in Karnataka, they use the drones to transfer the soft tissues and for cancer testing. So this was done in 15 minutes and it traveled 37 kilometers. Israel for the first time deployed its ship-mounted defense system called as Sea Dome. It's a naval version of Israeli Iron Dome design. So if it is Iron Dome, it is in the land. If it is in Sea Dome, it is mounted on the ship. Okay. Then we have US White House officially directed the NASA to create a time standard for moon which different international bodies and private companies can also coordinate their activities. It means like how we have time for us like GMT, IMT, CST, PST, IST are there. Na? They want such similar thing to be created for the moon. Where US has, means the US Department of State has asked to the NASA to do this. India emerges as the fourth largest exporter of digitally deliverable services as per the WTO report. India's Chandrayana has been given the John L. Jack Swigert Jr. Award 2024. AUKUS alliance consists of UK, US, Australia. Plans to expand its membership focusing on the security and defense capabilities without nuclear weapon transfer. So what are the countries that are coming under AU? AUKUS AU, which is Australia, then we have UK, United Kingdom, then we have US. These are the three countries, and this they want to extend their membership, but without letting their nuclear weapon transfer. Then we have China's National Space Administration (CNS), that is the space agency, recently has launched a satellite called as Queqiao 2 satellite, and it is a complete success. Just know Queqiao 2 is QUEQIAO is a complete success of China. The ISL men's higher football ISL League men's level football has been won by Mumbai City, and the match was held between Mumbai and I think it was held with Gujarat Giants. Something is there, and it was held in Kolkata. India Uzbekistan joint military exercise is Dastalik. Mumbai is witnessing the installation of 210 artificial reefs near Worli Sea Link Entrepreneur and pilot Gopi Totakur is set to become the first Indian to venture into space tourist on NS-25 mission of Blue Origin, a company founded by Jeff Bezos. Then we have Kempegowda International Airport received the top honors as the best regional airport in India and Southeast Asia in 2024 by Skytrax World Airport Awards. Then researchers at IIT Roorkee discovered fossils of Vasuki indicus, one of the largest snakes found. It was found in the Kutch region of Gujarat. So Vasuki indicus, it is the largest snake which was discovered by IIT Roorkee. Where it is? It is in Gujarat. Then we have Durga 2. Durga 2 is an advanced weapon system utilizing focused energy like lasers, microwaves, or particle beam to damage or destroy targets. So Durga 2 expands for directional unrestricted ray gun array, means it is like a laser gun where you can understand there is no physical bullet going to hit, but the radiations, the laser radiations or microwaves or particles are targeted on an object and it explodes. The recent news are where the Iranian president died na? So there also they have used the similar technology and that too from space. These are some of the conspiracy theories, but you can based to understand the technology you can think like that. Durga 2, what is it? Durga 2 is an advanced weapon system that uses the focused energy beams. Karnataka Milk Federation to sponsor Scotland and Ireland cricket teams. What is Amul sponsoring? Amul is also sponsoring cricket team, especially United States, South Africa, and Sri Lanka. Indian Navy uh, conducted exercise Purvi Leher on East Coast. As the name suggests, Salias Y Gomez is an underwater mountain chain in the southern Pacific Ocean. Then we have Naima Khatun has been appointed as the Vice Chancellor of Aligarh Muslim University, making her the first woman to hold the position in 100 years. This is very important news. Her name is Naima Khatun, and she is the first woman president of the AMU, Aligarh Muslim University, first time in the last 100 years. INS Tharini, you might have seen documentary with this. INS Tharini, an Indian naval sailing vessel which completed a groundbreaking transoceanic expenditure led by Lieutenant Commander Dilna K and Rupa E, making the first Indian woman to achieve this feat. Israel recently used the Rampage, an efficient air-to-surface missile in attack on Iranian military base. So what is this Rampage? Rampage is an air-to-surface missile of Israel. Got it. Then we have Karsiri. Karsiri is an online portal by Karnataka State Mango Development and Marketing Corporation Limited. This has relaunched after a technological update and it allows the customer to order mangoes directly from the farmers, promoting the quality, production, direct marketing, and consumer benefits. What is the name of the app? Karsiri. HAL has been confirmed with the Outstanding PSU of the Year award by All India Management Association India. Article 244A is in news. 244A of the Indian Constitution mainly states about the it empowers the parliament to establish an autonomous state within Assam. This autonomous state entity encovering specific tribal areas such as Karbi Anglong would have its own legislature and council of ministers, surpassing the decentralization measure outlined in the sixth schedule. And V3 Mini, what is this? This is a light AI module of Microsoft. Paleontologists from Argentina announced the discovery of a new medium-sized herbivorous dinosaur and its name is Chuckysaurus snacul. Just know that Chuckysaurus snacul is an herbivorous dinosaur from Argentina. So we are done with the short news also. Now we have the news that were missed in the magazine and can be considered as important. Rampage missile. Rampage missile is by which we recently saw. Indian Air Force indexed this Rampage missile by Israel, which is an air-to-air missile and it has a long range. You know, nah, like 250 some kilometers or 280 kilometers was there, and it can carry 150 kilo of explosives. India's largest climate clock. Where is the India's largest climate clock? It is in CSIR Delhi, and on Earth Day it was installed. We on what is the Earth Day means on what is the date when Earth Day is celebrated? Earth Day is celebrated on 22nd April. It is celebrated on 22nd April, and CSIR is headed by our Prime Minister. This is you have to know. Gepang Ghat Lake. Where is it? It is in Himachal Pradesh, and the lake has been expanding. So there is a probability that this lake might burst. Rashtriya Raksha University at means National Defense University at Gandhinagar, Gujarat, had signed an MOU with Starburst Aerospace of France to collaborate in innovation in defense aerospace. Just know what where is the Rashtriya Raksha University? It is in Gujarat. Champagne tribe. Shompen tribe, it is an Andaman and Nicobar based tribe, and it is also PVTJ. This was in news because this tribe has voted for the first time. Champagne tribe. Longte Festival. Longte Festival, as the name suggests, it is a festival of Arunachal Pradesh and it is by Nishi tribes, NYISHI, Nishi tribes. Supriyo Chakrabarti versus Union of India case. So this case was very much in news because it talked about legalizing the same sex marriage, but this was rejected by Supreme Court. But the Supreme Court, they didn't want anything on their head, so they asked the government to form a committee for the welfare of the LGBTQ community, and this community has been headed by Rajiv Gauba. Paradip Port. Where is the Paradip Port? It is in Odisha. We know that, and it has become the India's top cargo handling port. Then we have Aquatic Center has been established at Mandapam, Tamil Nadu. It has been inaugurated by the Indian Coast Guards. Trishakti Corps. Trishakti Corps. These are Indian Army's anti-tank guide missile exercise. Trishakti Corps. They do the anti-tank guided missile exercise. And where was it held? Trishakti Corps exercise was held in Sikkim. TSAT-1A. It is the India's first private sector built satellite. TSAT-1, as T stands for Tata Advanced System, has built this. This is of 50 kg and it is in low Earth orbit. And was it launched by ISRO? No, it was launched from Kennedy Space Center in the USA. It is India's first private satellite. Sitwe port, everyone know it is in Myanmar. India gets this as a second overseas port. Which is the first overseas port of India? It is a Chahawar port, which India has got now for 10 years. India wants to end urea import by 2025. India wants to end urea by 2025. Means this they can ask the question by what is the target of India to end the urea. It was 2025. Then we have DRDO test centers. There are two. One is currently at Chandipur, that is in Odisha, and second one will be Janpath, West Bengal. So most of the testing are done in Chandipur, no? So they wanted a second one, so they got at Janpath, West Bengal. Now we have CAR T cell therapy. India's first India's first gene therapy for cancer. This is CAR cell therapy, and it has been launched by IIT Bombay, and it was launched by first time by President. If you want to know more of this CAR T cell therapy, means basically they take the blood from our body and they recirculate it by adding the antibodies that are from our body only by modifying them genetically. Okay, that's a long process that you can see in the internet also. Then we have Pratyush. Pratyush is probing reionization of the universe using signal from hydrogen. It is a radio telescope by Raman Research Institute, Bangalore and ISRO, and it will be deployed in Moon's far side. Pratyush, what is this Pratyush? Pratyush is a satellite radio telescope satellite which will be deployed in the far side of the moon. We have new GI tags. First one is the Sitar and Tanpur. Sitar and Tanpur is in given to GI tag is given to Miraj of Maharashtra. Then we have Tiranga Barfi for Uttar Pradesh. Then we have Daula Murti Metal Craft of Uttar Pradesh also. India's first transshipment port. It is in Viz Vizhinjam, Kerala, and it is operated by Adani Group, and it is one of the deepest port. Transshipment port basically means like it is a ship where from unloading of the bigger ship takes place and they are brought into the port. So it is in Kerala. First hybrid pitch is in Dharamshala, Himachal. India past opened a post office in Antarctica at which station? It opened at Bharati station. Then we have Sudhir Kakkar. He is called as philosophy of Indian psychology. He died recently. We have Karnataka and Gujarat are the leading in clean energy transition. We know this. Emerging tech and challenges for exoskeleton. Where was this held? This was held in Bangalore and it was by DRDO. ISRO achieved zero orbital debris with which satellite it was established with Exposat or PSLV C-58 mission, where the last stage of POEM has been successfully deorbited. Means this mission with PSLV C-58 and the Exposat mission, the or means the orbit has been ended by deorbiting it and making it to fall into atmosphere and making it burn out. Then we have Sing Kilong Festival. As the name said, it is related to Meghalaya. IMT Trilateral Exercise India, Mozambique, Tanzania. IMT exercise project Akshatir project Akshatir AKASHTEER. It is by BEL. It monitors low level airspace battle areas. World's largest single location copper manufacturing plant is in Mundra, Gujarat. Largest single location copper manufacturing plant. Hurun Global Unicorn Index had made with like which are the unicorns countries having maximum universe USA, China and India in the order as told. Then we have Safety of Rwanda Asylum and Immigrants Bill. Which country has brought this? It has brought to UK. Means those illegal migrants who are coming to UK will be transferred to Rwanda, and the government of UK is giving Rwanda some money for in exchange of this. Then we have G7 meet. Where is it? It happened. It is happening in Italy, and Meloni has called Modi for this meeting. Operation True Promise. Operation True Promise is an exercise where Iran attacked Israel for attacking its consulate. Dragonfly Rotorcraft mission. Dragonfly Rotorcraft mission is a NASA's mission in 2028 where they want to send an helicopter or a rover which can fly in Saturn's moon Titan. Okay, then next is AI Maktoum. AI Al Maktoum, sorry, not AI, it's Al Maktoum. It is the world's largest airport which is going to be held in Dubai. Iraq has criminalized the same-sex relationship. First International Rainbow Tourism Conference of 2024 was held in Nepal and LGBTQ friendly tourism and destinations. It means Nepal is treated as best destination for LGBTQ couples. Means one side Iraq is criminalizing it and on the other side Nepal is promoting it. Ocean Decade Conference 2024 at Barcelona, Spain. This is happening in Barcelona, Spain. Ocean Conference in Barcelona, Spain. Kuwait set up's first Hindi radio broadcast has been first set up in Kuwait. World's most powerful laser has been developed by Romania. Special Report 301. It is by United States and it is related to like trade imbalances. It has mentioned India's name and India is being called put under the priority watch list, especially for the IPR. Things to know is Special 301 report is released by mainly USA trade representatives. Means it's like they are not in good terms with the IPR policies of India. How many are left? Okay, only one page is left. We'll finish it off. Shenzhou 18. Shenzhou 18. This is a mission where China wants to send three astronauts to Tiangong space station, that is of their own space station. Then we have Sustainable Finance for Tiger Landscape Conference. Where was this held? It means Tiger Landscape Conference was held in Bhutan. Kristalina Georgieva is the new IMF's managing director. Just remember who is the new IMF's managing director is Kristalina. Who is the first female Prime Minister of Democratic Republic of Congo? It is Judith. Who is UK's first woman High Commissioner to India? Her name is Lindy Cameron. And recently, Zimbabwe introduces a new gold backed currency which is called as ZIG-A, ZIG hyphen A, who has been appointed as the chair of the Wrestling Federation of India. This post was in news since the last year because of the protest going on this. So now Narsingh Yadav has been made the chair of Wrestling Federation of India. Who is the men's T20 World Cup ambassador? It is Yuvraj Singh, Chris Gale, Hussain Bolt, and Shahid Afridi. Jyoti Sureka Verma or Vamna. Just remember Jyoti Sureka. She has won hat-trick gold medals at Archery World Cup, which is currently held in Shanghai, China. ICC Women 2024 World Cup 2020, where it is going to be held. It's going to be held at Bangladesh, and who is the brand ambassador? Sana Mir is the brand ambassador. Goldman Environment Award 2024. Who has won this? Alok Shukla has won this. National Handmade Day. When is it? It is on 6th April. By and the theme is by a handmade product. 6th April is the National Handmade Day. When is the World Health Day? It's on 7th April. And what's its theme? My health, my right. International Mother Earth Day. When is it? 22nd April. And what is its theme? Its theme is Planet versus Plastics. So we have completed the month of April. Then tomorrow we will do May month. Thank you.